Hello, welcome to Rocking Abraham. Today I'm going to be discussing a lot of data about 2010 United States statistics and stats. This is directly from the United States government information from 2010. Okay, so in 2010, the children that were under 18, there was approximately 73.9 million of those. And of the biological children, there were 60.5 million. Stepchildren was 2.8 million. The total population was 300 million. And for men, I had to figure out the math. So what I did was, I took the 300 million population of the United States, I minus the children. Okay, we're going to get the adults number here, which is 226 million adults. Okay, we're going to multiply that by the percentage that is men, 49.7%. Now we get estimate that it's 112.7 million men. Okay, that's how I got the number for 18 plus men. 18 plus women. Okay, we're going to take the total number of adults here. We're going to minus it here from the total number of adult men, and we're going to get the total number of adult women. Okay, so 114 women here. Okay, now for abortions, there's 51 million abortions in America in 2010. Right now, it's approximately 60 million or above. And then we also know in 2010, how many husbands and wives, okay, with children, okay, husband and wives, okay, 56.5 million of those, okay. So now we're gonna figure out how many of the men are in the nuclear family, okay. So we know the husbands and wives comprise of 56 million of the population of America. So we're going to split that number in two. Half of it's going to be wives, half of it's going to be husbands. So divide this number by 2, 56.5 million, you're going to get 28.255 million. Okay? So that's nuclear family fathers, NFF for short. Okay, so we're going to take NFF. We're going to minus the amount of stepchildren. These are daughter-in-law, son-in-law, stepdaughter, stepson, right here. Okay, we're going to minus that number here from the total number of nuclear family fathers. We're going to get the number 25.4 million. Okay, we're going to multiply that by the 30% chance that you are raising a child and you don't even know you're raising another man's child. Okay, so cheating right here. Okay, happens, okay, 30% chance, 30% risk that you're going to be raising another man's child. We're going to add that in right now. We're going to get the total of 7.6 million children, their fathers raising children that are not their own, okay. So now, we're going to take this number of fathers, nuclear family fathers who are not remarried, okay. These are the ones who got remarried and are raising other people's children. This is the number of raising children that are not their own. Most likely they don't even know it's not their own. And then we're going to get the total, the absolute number for that nuclear family here. Okay? And that is 17.8 million. So you take 25.4 million, you minus this 7.6 million, that gives you 17.8 million nuclear family fathers, okay, raising the children, their own children, okay. Now we're going to take the number we found here, 70.8 million. We're going to multiply it by 50%, okay. Why am I multiplying it by 50%? Because psychology, they found out that the women have 50% of women have somebody on the back burner. There's somebody out there on their Facebook, one of their friends at work, one of their friends somewhere, Twitter, Tinder, whatever. The anywhere on her social media, 50% chance likely that she has somebody as a reserve in case you are no longer the quarterback. She can have a step in to be the quarterback. Okay? So women have gone out of their way while you're at work to find a alternative to you while you are working and trying to do the right thing. Okay? So 50% chance of those women found somebody else in their hearts, and they're just waiting for an opportunity for you to leave so they can have somebody else. 50% of them have somebody else that if they don't like you enough, they will find, 50% of them have somebody just in case things go wrong with you so that they can have a backup plan. Okay? So that's the wonderful world of America. Okay? So we're going to take the number of the men who really have wives that haven't even bothered to go look for someone on the sidelines, okay? Hasn't been chatting up boys behind their man's back, okay? And that number is 8.9 million, okay? 8.9 million of the women in a household in America who have children with her husband, who has not cheated on her husband, who has not let him raise another man's child, who is not remarried, okay? Of that percentage, we're going to figure out just how many of the men, okay, are going to, how many of the men, out of all the men, of adult men's, here, adult men's 112 million, okay, you plug that number into that 8.9 million, okay, we're going to get 0.07899. 0.07899, okay, so approximately 7.9%. Pursuit of happiness. You have a 7.9% chance. You have a 7.9% chance of having a nuclear family in America. Okay, this is a very low number. Okay, out of all the guys, you have a 7.9% chance of finding that nuclear family. Your wife isn't online behind your back finding a second man. She's you're not raising another man's child. You're not remarried to a woman who have children. Okay, and this is your ultimate percentage chance of finding that in America. 7.9% chance of finding the nuclear family, okay, in America. Okay, that is a very low number. You do not have a very high number here. Okay, so let's figure out about the women. We know that 114 million of women have are adults in 2010, and let's figure out how many of them have had an abortion. Okay, the number here is going to be 0.4469. So roughly 44.7% of all females in America in 2010 had an abortion. Right here. You want to know what's going wrong with America? You can blame it on this. You can blame it on that. You can blame it on somebody else. But the person going in to kill babies in America are right here. You can blame it on the people convincing them, but those are the ones actually doing it. They're the actual ones going into these clinics and killing babies and selling baby parts or whatnot. And it's all free. They pay nothing. It's a walk in the woods. Okay, 44.7% of American women have committed the ultimate sin of killing an innocent little baby. Now you're wondering, what does this have to do with anything? Well, because there's many the alt-right, okay, movement, we're complaining about why there's such a decline in our population. Why do we need to bring in immigration in order to prop up the corporations and have people work jobs there and things like that? Well, this is why. Because we're missing 51 million people who could work in America. That's why. Okay? And who's killing those? It's not some foreign invader. It's American women. Yes. The white race did go down from 28% down to 16% within 100 years. Okay? That's because of abortion. That's because of feminism. That's because of the right to vote for women, who then screwed up everything. And now a guy sees that there's only a 7.9% chance of him to ever find happiness, and he just may think that that number is too low. Okay? Because if he ever gets a divorce, he needs to pay $5,000 in child support. Okay? Of the really unlucky guys, of the 500,000 American guys, 500,000 American guys have to pay alimony if you're very, very unlucky. And the average cost of those 500,000 guys who have to pay alimony, roughly $20,000 a year. Who needs an additional $20,000 a year in alimony? Okay, that's because the woman is used to the lifestyle of having to be, someone paid her house, someone paid this, and da. And then you add on like 2 kids, right? So as a man, you're paying what, like 30,000? 30K. 30,000 US dollars is what's going to cost you if you had a nuclear family, two children, 1 wife, okay? And now you're going to pay about roughly 30,000 a year for that, okay? So that's very unlucky. Most of the guys only have to just pay child support because women oftentimes are able to work and things of that nature. So most cases, 85% of the cases, okay, the woman is awarded the house, the assets, alimony, child support. Now, this 30,000 for a guy, okay, he has to live off of a negative 30,000 from his current income. So he has to try and start a new family? No. How? The money's too low. Okay? No. What are you talking about? How can he afford a new family? He's paying 30,000 for his old family, and his wife has a living partner who she's screwing, okay, in the house he's paying for still, okay, and what can he do about it? He can't do anything about it. He has no money. He has no influence. It's been stolen from him, okay? He can't start a new family. He can't increase the race in order to get more babies and things like that. He can't do it. So stop the nonsense trying to tell guys that we need to start producing more babies when we're faced with something like this. How can a guy afford a new family if he's paying so much in alimony and child support? It would be a much simpler system. If the woman wanted to leave, she could leave. And with the children, that's fine, but don't ask for nothing. You get nothing because it was conjugal, and since you're leaving, it remains conjugal. It remains the person who had put the assets into that house. Not the one who wants to have a second husband so she can have 2 incomes. Okay? That's a reward system for divorcing your husband in the United States. Now, you're going to wonder why, okay, this is such a bad thing in America. Because there's a 93.4% chance of failure for a marriage to last 10 years, okay? On statisticsbrain.com, you're going to see a statistic there that says 6.6% chance of a successful marriage in 10 years. Only 6.6% chance of people were able to make it to the 10-year mark. So, that gives you a 93.4% chance of failure for 10 years. You have a 40% chance of divorce per year, okay, because we know about 2 million getting married and about 1 million getting divorced every year, okay? Virginity, okay, of 33,000 San Diego people were surveyed, and 12% of them were virgins. 88% of them were not virgins, and the average sex partners for those 88% was 8 sex partners, okay? And based on the number of 8 sex partners, we can figure out from data that they have a 70% chance likelihood of divorce. So, 93.4% chance of failure in 10 years, 50% chance of failure in 1 year, and 70% chance of failure just based on sexual history. Okay? So very low numbers. Now, we're going to take into the fact that only 5% of women who marry are virgins. 5% only. So here it is. 5%, 7.9%. 80% of women who are virgins will last. It's an 80% chance that a woman will last in a 5-year marriage, okay? There's only a 20% chance she will divorce you within 5 years, okay? So that's all statistics that we know, okay? And then you add this to this, okay? The 44.7% of American women who have an abortion, they're already bad people. They're killers. And now you're going to add in 70% for their chance to divorce you just based on their sexual history. And then, you know, this is the end result here, okay? This is the end result right here. $30,000 you're going to be paying a year. $30,000 a year you're going to be paying. So it doesn't matter if you're making $65,000. You're going back down to $35,000 after the divorce. And how are you going to start all over with $35,000? Okay, it's not like your job's going to say, okay, I'm going to give you another $30,000 because your wife decided to divorce you, and you know you need to make more babies. Okay, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. Okay, it does not like that. It's not like that. Okay. So this isn't just happening to the white people. It's anybody in America. Okay? Anybody in America is having these kinds of problems. Okay? The only race in America that is not having as severe problems as all the others is the Asian. So if you marry an Asian and you aren't Asian, you're married in America, your divorce rates are lower, your abortion rates are lower, everything is lower, much lower than everything else, and including you are earning more money. So obviously something's going on wonderful in the Asian community where it's not happening in the rest of the community, where Native Americans, Hispanics are really getting hit, African Americans are really getting hit, okay? So it's happening to a lot of different races. Even the white race is getting hit a lot too. As you see here, they went from 28% of the world population in 1950 down to 16 in expected to be 16% in 2050. Okay, so add all this up. Whose fault is it? Guys or the girls? Okay, pursuit of happiness. I watched a video recently about their laughing at MGTOW because they're like, ha ha ha, they think that women are destroying society. Ha ha ha, they are so stupid. That's just a weak argument.
What do you think of this idea that women have led the downfall of Western civilization and that men are helpless victims along for the ride?
No, that's weak. I hate weakness. I can't stand weakness at all, and that is about the weakest attitude ever.
No, it's a mathematical argument, okay? It's math. Okay? Mathematical argument, okay? Right there, okay? Now, the 7.9%, it never used to be 7.9%. It used to be something like you had a 50% chance of having a nuclear family. Now it's down to 7.9%. So as this number decreases so rapidly, it's quickly approaching zero. So this is why the MGTOW community is saying something as in the fact of all women are like that, because there's so few of them that you can hardly tell. You can hardly tell. I mean, if you're on a battlefield and there's like 20 guys coming at you and attacking you, and only one of them decides they're not going to attack you because they're conscientious objector, okay, they don't kill other people, well, that's it, you know, okay, you know, you still have 19. You still have 19 battling you. What does it matter, okay? So this number here, you only have a 7.9% chance of ever finding your happiness in America. At statisticsbrain.com, it says 6.6% chance, okay? Mine's slightly higher than theirs, but it's not all that different. So you have about, according to statisticsbrain.com, you have a 6.6% chance finding that wonderful, beautiful nuclear family in the last 10 years. My estimate is only 7.9%. These numbers are entirely too low. For losing 51 million of the population of Americans, there's only one gender, there's only one group responsible for that, and that is the American woman, and no other group in the entire world is responsible for killing 51 million U.S. citizens other than females in America. Okay? They've killed more babies. They don't call them babies, but we know they are babies. Okay? Why are they babies? Okay? Because in the Bible it says a woman with child. Okay? It never said fetus, never said tissue, never said anything like that. In the Bible it says woman with child. Okay? So we know that if a man hits a woman with a child, everybody in their mind thinks, oh my gosh, what happened to that baby? Yes, because we're thinking it's either a baby or a child. Okay? And we're concerned for that child after an incident happens. And we don't call it a fetus, we don't call it a tissue, we don't call it a whatever. Okay? Scientists always have make up names for everything. Just because the common person gets the cold or flu, we don't go around saying, you know what, I have the Streptococcus aureus. Okay? That's stupid. No one goes around and says that. Only the scientists say that, and that's because it's used for their scientific stuff. Okay? So for us normal people, we know it's a child, we know it's a baby, and you killed it. Okay? And if you even want science on that, let's go into that. If a woman gets conception, starts having a baby grow inside of her womb, that baby has new DNA than her own. It is not a clone of her body, okay? It is a different DNA. For example, if you have, let's say you have a son, and then you have a second son a couple of years later. Do they look like identical twins? No, because when the DNA information from the seed and the egg combine, it's different, and that's why no brothers look alike, okay, in identical, okay? Only twins, only identical twins or they look exactly alike, okay? So if you have two sons, two daughters, sometimes they don't look alike. Sometimes one's taller than the other. Why is that? Because their DNA is slightly different in each case. Every time you have a little something growing inside of you, that DNA is unique. Okay? And unique in and of itself speaks to the fact that it is life. Okay? So some kind of unique being is growing inside of you, and that in and of itself is life. Okay? Now, what we know that there's very little hope in America for the traditional conservative pursuit of happiness. They can stop trying to convince men to sacrifice their lives for a lost cause. And then the courts are just going to take away the child from you, and you're not going to, you have no say in raising it. So if you can't put your culture and your religion and your beliefs into your children, they really aren't your children to begin with. Okay? Because you have no influence over their lives. If you have no influence over their lives, you have no responsibility over their lives. Okay? The mother has assumed responsibility. She has assumed full authority, and if she has assumed full authority, then only she is the one who has to pay for that child. So that's the responsibility of assuming full authority over something, is you are fully responsible to that, and no one else is. Okay, so that's going to be it for my edition of Rocking Abraham. I hope you like it, and just click the subscribe and the bell icon, and click the like button. Post your comments down below, please, and I'll see you until next time.